Huh?
He's probably going to win the football.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed, yeah. Yeah. No, I always wanted to be here anyway. I'm doing it for Clare FM, so I'm double jobbing it. But
I think Kilmore are usually good up there, so.
Are they?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, some good as well.
have your microphone there a second? Just for pretend. Your microphone for a sec. Just a microphone for a second. I'll give it back to you.
Are you making?
Yeah. I just wanted for a joke. Yeah. Yeah. 1 sec now. Don't move now.
The day we were here, myself and Leo were here in the toilet and I woke him.
Oh yeah.
That fella came
No.
from me.
Come on, will
Down
you?
there, he came up talking to him.
Yeah.
Giving out to the referee and turning out.
Thanks, Jim.
And at the end of the match, he said, come up talking, giving out signals to the
did.
referee and then, am I on air? That only gave him further effect.
Goal to the fire.
He's a town.
All right.
Leo knew.
That's the job. You didn't recognise me at the traffic lights the other day. Didn't you? Yeah, you were kind of, and I was like, hey.
And then I said, I was going up to the sun was not was like, yeah, he didn't. But it's too easy back.
Well, he's lined out, he's wearing 5, but I'd imagine he'll be 6. Yeah.
He'll be dropping back.
I'd see you later on, sure.
He'll be back in front of Marcus, was he?
Huh?
There he'll be dropping
So they have to do something.
See, Rory Collins playing 15, but Rory Collins won't be anywhere close for him.
Jesus.
I doubt it. He's probably 7.
That looks like David
He'll be out
Tooley.
around here.
David. He gave us space.
Yeah, that's the thing you see. That's definitely David Tooley. That's Conor Griffin's only 17, there's no way they'd make him captain. Yeah.
Philip Wyszynski, but he'll either be 2 or 4.
Oh, he will, yeah. He's tidy too now.
No, it's Keelan.
10 is Keelan.
Feeling, yeah.
Like, they're noticeable in fairness.
Cross must be 12 in Seamus, yeah.
Right, he's 12, yeah.
Inside in, Conan and Paddy Ryan.
I'd say Conan is the white helmet, the smaller lad, I think. Rock colour helmet.
That's the white helmet there.
Yeah, Patrick Ryan's usually black helmet, so yeah, Conan would be 13, I'd say, right. That'd be right. 10, 12 with Patrick Trot, isn't it?
Can you see on you? That Shane Cavan is 7 there with his back.
Yeah, I'd say that's Shane, yeah.
It is, yeah.
White helmet, yeah. Good afternoon, everybody, and Portero go Cork and Donegal Tulla for this eagerly awaited 131A semi-final between Scariff and Clarecastle. Referee Joe Mullen just about to throw in the ball. We'll use the teams when we get a chance. Most of the balls in the middle of the field. A bit of a ruckus developed there with about 10 players. And the first breakaway is Scariff, and it's Mark Rogers out in the middle of the field at the moment. Mark takes a shot from very, very far out, up towards the right hand corner, up towards Conan. Conan doesn't get it, but it's in the hands of Liam Crotty busting through, can he goal? 3-1 there, Liam Crotty there. So first dangerous attack there, first Scariff, ball in by Mark Rogers, Liam Crotty winning the free. So Kevin, positive start for Scariff.
Positive start for Scariff and their main talisman and bright future that we all look forward to seeing in a clear jersey, getting on the ball straight away and having an influence on the game, stepping up to 20-metre free. We'll expect him, bread and butter, a man of Mark Rogers' calibre, to slap it over the bar.
And I'm happy to be joined today by regular analysts Kevin O'Regan and Derek Dormer, who we'll be talking to in a moment, and a lot to look forward to as we watch Mark probably tapping over the pitch. So it's 1 point to no score, just a minute into the game, and the puck out will be taken by Cian Roderick. A lot to look forward to here, Derek.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a cracking game. I think Scariff will win, they're justifiably favourites, but Clarecastle do like Tulla, and they didn't come to make up the numbers, so hopefully it'll be a cracking contest.
This time we were thinking that Clarecastle have some good individuals in that team from senior hurling, and it's Keehan, the cornerback, Owen Keehan, getting the ball away, but it's dropped again. Keehan fighting for it one more time, and up there as well is Patrick said that 23 for Scariff, and I don't have a name for 23 yet, but we'll have to work on that one. And Scariff, Clarecastle in James Doherty has just won a good free there for Clarecastle, and as Derek said, Clarecastle in their own minds certainly have not come here to make up the numbers. We know the talent they have in that team, plenty of senior experience. I'd say 6 or 7 of them have played senior hurling this year, and played a decent quality senior hurling at that. So it's a free for Clarecastle, about 35-40 metres out. It's going to be taken by Oisin Casey. Oisin Casey steadies himself, gets ready to take it. I we're just in the second minute of the game. Vince lifts, strikes, and Oisin puts it over the bar, so it's 1 point each, and an even enough start, and 2 frees so far. We hope it doesn't develop into a free taking battle, Kevin, but given the conditions and after the weather we've had, pitch is in very decent condition. No pitch is perfect a week before Christmas, but let's hope it there's more scores than frees in this one.
Fingers crossed. It's very soft conditions as Patrick Crotty tries to win that puck up for Scariff.
And a great win by Patrick Crotty here down the left hand side, off his left, drives it in, but it's in no man's land, and it's taken up there by the loose land back there in the pocket, and it's going to be cleared by centre back Darry Healy, belts it down, launches it down, right in dangerous case, they put it over the bar. Oh, what a score from Darry Healy. That's a 90 metre, what an inspiring score, Derek, for the Magpies.
Absolutely terrific score, inside his 45-yard line, in his own half. I'd say it's nearly 100 yards, and it sails straight over the black spot, never in doubt. Positive start for Clarecastle. They have a sweep with drop back. They're trying to protect. Clarecastle will be very wary, Pat, of not conceding goals, especially when you have a player like Mark Rogers. So, if Clarecastle don't concede goals, this will go down to the wire.
And we did wonder where Rory O'Connell named a number at 15 replay, and he's playing right back there, trying to cover off the danger. But Rogers, has he got side? No, and it's O'Connell. In fairness, it's working very well already. Mark Rogers was almost through there, but Rory O'Connell got a tap in of the ball and managed to pick it up and clear it. And now it's Shane Kavanagh for Scariff. Shane Kavanagh back to number 23. But is that Garrod Sheedy? Is there a 6 there? I wonder if that Garrod Sheedy wearing 23. We'll have to check that when we get a chance. Maybe one of the lads in front can check that for us. But it's Clarecastle again, cleared the ball with a bit of ease there. That time it's Conor Griffin, aims the ball down towards number 12 to James Doherty. Again, James Doherty has got inside the defence. Can James tap it over? Lovely shot from James, and another point for Clarecastle. Well, we said they didn't go to make up the numbers, Kevin, and they're sure proving it.
They mean business. A great start for Clarecastle. They'd be delighted with that. 3 points to 1 after just coming up to 5 minutes played. That's exactly the start that Clarecastle wanted, and they'll look to build on that. Rory O'Connell playing in front of his full back has definitely worked so far, and intelligent, experienced player for under 21 level will, I'm sure, do very well playing back in that sweeper role.
And David too involved in that role there. We mixed up the wing backs. The numbers have changed, so and this time it is number 7 David too, not David too, with Shane Kavanagh drives it on for Scott, looking for Rogers, goes into the clouds, it's broke to Patrick Crotty. Patrick Crotty breaking through in 21, taps it over the bar, score for Scariff, and we were afraid of scores from play of frees only. Yeah. This game is already shown it's going to be a really, really high quality. What is that? 3 points for Clarecastle, 2 for Scariff. It's 7 goals and 3 points for Clarecastle at the moment, and the scoreboard is doing a bit of a jump there, but I think there's readjusting it, and now it should read 3-2 to Scariff shortly. Great point there from Crotty. Rogers went up to the clouds, managed to knock it down into Crotty's path. Number 9 for Clarecastle is Evan O'Connell. Evan O'Connell is beaten on this occasion. Scariff fighting hard there for the ball. Sean Collins involved there, and Conor Dow's waiting for the break outside. A flick on the ground there by Sean Collins again, gets up the field a bit, and now it's lovely pass out, and it's Keelan Hartigan. Keelan Hartigan buzzing through the middle. There's 2 men to beat. Can he get away? Gets a hand pass away to Crotty. Crotty on the left hand side takes on the Hurley. He's broken inside, danger here. Oh, what a goal for Scariff! Brilliant work by Hartigan. Sets up Crotty, and the young Scariff man plays it to the net. Patrick Crotty with the Miller socks up and left hand on top. But Derek, what a start to the game. I know there's a goal against your local team, but having said that, quality hurling on view.
Yeah, huge score for Scariff. We're going to look great work by Hartigan, picking it up here in the 45, busting through the centre, had the presence of mind then to offload it, and superb finish from Crotty. It's a bright start. It's 1-2 to 3. Like, that's 6 scores inside the opening 5 minutes. So, it's something to look forward to here. And it is an under 21A semi-final. And compliments to Tulla. The pitch is in great nick. And there's a huge crowd here, and it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, week before Christmas, as if we don't be expecting to have hurling as a number one priority. But I'll tell you one thing, with all the people here, as you said, the 30 plus players, management, and the supporters, indeed ourselves, hurling is number one today, and we're getting already treated to a real possible classic early in the game. Good work there by number 10 for Conor Halpin. Conor Halpin gets the ball away and he beats Shane Kavanagh. Now can Oisin Whelan get on this? Oisin Whelan is battling away down there. It looks like there was a bit of a pull of a jersey there on the defender, but the defenders, the posse has gotten back, and now there's more defenders than attackers, and it's going to be clear. And it's Shane Kavanagh again. Shane busy early on in this game. Rogers in the middle of the field picks up the ball. Let's see what he can do. Is he going for the score? No, it's a lovely low ball in, looking for the forward inside. Patrick Ryan, but he's well cut out by Rory O'Connell, who's very, very effective back there. And Rory now is going to run the length of the field. He takes a shot from midfield. He starts with his corner back, covering Rogers, and that is a superb score.
Sensational score, Pat. That is incredible. He cut out a huge delivery from Mark Rogers. First touch into his hand, popped it to the midfielder, took it back and landed it from 70 yards. That is a score of utter
and he's already
inspiration.
back inside his old square round. Kevin, the standard is wonderful.
Absolutely fantastic. We've been treated to exhibition so far, some fantastic scores as Gro Sheedy plays the ball into Adam Canal.
Loose there by the Clarecastle attack, and he gets the ball up the wing, and it's going to be knocked out of play, but it's stopped out by Keelan Hartigan. Knocks it out of play there under good pressure from the Clarecastle backs. So it's I have to get a double check on the score. The Clarecastle score keeps hopping from 0 to 6 goals. Scariff have 1-2 and Clarecastle have 4 points. 1-2 to 4. So that's where we stand at the moment, and we are.
I gave a brown envelope to the scoreboard, old man, on the way in.
Keep a jump, keep the goals from Clarecastle. That always works, Kevin, in this country, as you know. Conor Howe Downs tried to get on his hand with this ball, doesn't make it this time. Now it's Owen Keane picks it up in the middle of the field. Owen out far from his corner back position, pushing the back, but get away with it. And now it's Shane Cameron going to pick it up. Shane, probably the busiest man on the pitch so far, gives the good hand pass to Sheedy. Also busy enough, and Sheedy now tries it up the left hand side, looking for Crotty. Oh, lovely control from Crotty. Tell you one thing, the defender did nothing wrong there, as close to him as glue. Or did he give a little push? Having said that, there was an advantage played. Crotty was thrown over the bar. In fairness to David Toohey, he wasn't giving Crotty an inch, but Crotty's smashed on through there, Kevin.
Absolutely, he's 1-2 scored with just 7 minutes gone. Very influential so far and very impressive, Patrick Crotty.
Malie in the middle of the field again now as Scariff. Had their third point there just by Patrick Crotty. He's second and over-carrying there, so it's a free. A good free has been won there in the middle of the field, and referee
Patrick Crotty seems to be on his A game today, Pat.
Yeah, his control of the ball, his first touch on the ball is superb, Derek, you're right, and that's what it's all about. If you got the first touch, you're master of everything. If you're taking a second touch, the crowd goes around you and you're in the middle.
He's 1-2 got from play out of the 1-3. Mark Rogers 3 is the other score. 1-2 from play inside 8 minutes. That's pretty good goal.
And as I said, David Toohey hasn't done too much wrong. Sticking to him like glue, but just Crotty just on fire. A free now for Oisin Casey, just inside his own half. Long one. Good strike, quick. It looks slow. It's a tail to the right, yeah, just to the right and wide there. Unlucky by Casey. Struck it well, but the score remains 1-3 for Scariff and 4 for Clarecastle. A wonderful start again. 8.5 minutes in. Puck out from Sean Tracy about to be taken. This time Garrod Sheedy isn't as loose. The Clarecastle Conor Howard trying to cover a couple of positions there, and Seamus McCall was loose, but Collins decides to go along up to the half hour looking for Crotty. Almost grabs it again, but Conor Downs does get a little push in the back there to Evan O'Connell. A correct decision by Mullins, and it's a free from their own half-back line. And this time we'll see who will take this one. Is it the foot? No, it's Oisin Casey. So obviously it's great faith that Oisin Casey has the distance. Derek, obviously you probably know these lads a bit better than I do. Oisin Casey fancies having a go at this one with a bit of a breeze.
Oisin Casey is a top free taker, and just, Oisin Neal in his Clare minor last year, Flannan's Harty, Dean Ryan Star, And he's a superb free taker. Sure, just shows the quality that Casey is, that Whelan isn't hitting his frees.
Absolutely. Beautiful strike by Casey. This is a really good strike. What a strike.
Great strike.
I think you're right, Derek. We have to take your word for it. That's an unbelievable score, Kevin. And Clarecastle keeping well in the game.
Keeping well in the game, past what, 9 minutes gone. Notable the quality of the striker from long distance from both teams. The Sunday before Christmas is very notable here today. The quality of Patrick Crotty and Rory O'Connell so far as well is very impressive.
So Ocean Casey, so Scariff will not be fouling anywhere within maybe 100 metres of the goal, which is probably most of the field here in Tulla. Rogers in position now, busting through the middle again. He's great. There's 4 men after him. He's still to have the pace to get a bit. He's burst through 2 more. A flick across. Oh, he's blocked. A brilliant block down by O'Connell. Well done by O'Connell, but Rogers there again. Can he get it up? Now there's again a melee around it. And out from Clarecastle. This will be a major clearance for Clarecastle. That's a fantastic lift to Clarecastle. Garrod Sheedy will pick up this one, it looks like. And it's a bit of afters, yeah. Evan O'Connell and he's landed a bit of afters there, but the game goes on. Ball in possession now with Clarecastle. Connor helping middle of the field. Can he get past his Shane Kavanagh? He does. Calpin takes a shot from far out. Oh, that's a rousing score for Clarecastle. Brilliant defending to deny the rampaging Mark Rogers first of all, and then a fantastic score from the right wing.
Rory O'Connell is playing superb back there on the sweep and roll. He took the challenge, got back up on his feet. There was a bit of afters, but sure, look, they were just giving each other Christmas cards.
Christmas exchange.
And ball sweeped out. Fantastic score then by young Connor helping, and Clarecastle are here to stay, Pat, and they want to make a contest of this.
And I see Owen Keehan has been earmarked to watch Ocean Casey. Ocean Casey playing around the centre forward position. Garrod seems to be kind of playing full back for Scariff Gunlow, but in fairness, 1-3 to 6 points on the sides level. I'm making it right because the scoreboard doesn't work from the Clarecastle point of view. And again, it's Evan O'Connell, and it's working a dream so far, 10 or 11 minutes in. Evan O'Connell, the corner forward, playing the sweeper row back for Clarecastle. Garrod Sheedy is the loose man for Scariff, the libero back there in the pocket. So let's see how that works as time goes on. Both fabulous hurlers and both lads will be delivering great ball into their forwards, we know. And it's the way now Connor helping with the ball, being chased by Keelan Hartigan. Hartigan does well to stay with him, but helping, shows a bit of speed, hand pass inside. Oh, it's gone wrong and it's intercepted. It's hit back by Kavanagh, and away comes Kavanagh and drives down the field again. One of the busier men to be looking for. Rogers was up, knocks it down to Connor Downs. Can Connor Downs get in? No, Rogers well marshaled there again. And away again comes the Clarecastle defence. And this time again is Evan O'Connell taking the pass. Evan O'Connell is the star of the show as far as Clarecastle are concerned in this game so far. He's mopping up so much danger in defence and snuffing out the real danger. And a flick out on the sideline there from Liam Crotty. It was on the ball in fairness, though, as Roland David too, he was about to pick the ball. Hurling was under it. And Tronky just flicked it over the sideline. The pull looked a bit worse than it was, I think. He did get the ball cleanly, but the line ball is not the result. I think it's going to be for free here, and it's going to be a booking as well for. Yeah, pulled the crossing ref coming from the crowd there, and I don't think it's the Scariff man or an Gunlow man. I think he may be wearing a black and white cap, or if not, a neighbour of Derek's in some way, but it's going to be a free for Ocean Casey. This one is inside his old 65, a yard from the sideline. The way he struck the last one gives a confidence he's capable of getting the distance here, and indeed he's capable.
He definitely wants that distance anyway, Pat.
So it's Ocean Casey. If he can do another a minor miracle in getting this over the bar, it will be some score for Clarecastle. He strikes it very, very well. Is it tailing a little bit to the right? Yeah, it's gone a yard to the right, and by the beautiful strike by Casey, and it is true. He's a really is a class free taker, and Owen Keane is out there now trying to make sure that he doesn't get away from him. So hook out from Sean Tracy about to come again. Scariff look like they will go along. This time full back Ty Kavanagh is loose, but Ty isn't going to receive this one, and it's belted down the field by Tracy to the middle of the field. Connor Downs goes on, just gets it and picked up. The thought off the now by Sean Collins, but in fairness, it is an inch off the goal, we'll say. He's been knocked over, and the ball is going to lose possession, I'd say. Keelan Hartigan in there, Clarecastle defenders in there, and there's going to be a throw in. Joe Mullins has said this one isn't going to win. So Kevin, a chance to take a little bit of a breather with 1 or 2 millions there later. Yeah,
very intense exchanges from both sides. In fairness, the free that was given to Clarecastle a minute ago was questionable because there was on the ball ended up here in the stand, but it just showed the physicality of both teams and the determination of both of them. Particularly impressive with Clarecastle today. I saw them play the first round in Rowan, probably got to 6 or 7 weeks ago now, and from a Clarecastle perspective, it was extremely disappointing and lacked pride in a lot of ways and lacked a lot of battle. Well, by God, they've come to Tuller today, and pride and battle and determination and spirit is exactly what they're showing. The intelligence and the quality of Rory O'Connell in the first 40 minutes of the game is exceptional. It's absolutely fantastic.
100%. And Derek, that's the masterstroke so far by James McMahon and his management team. Evan O'Connell at sweeper.
It's Rory.
Rory O'Connell, sorry, at sweeper, having an absolutely outstanding game.
Yeah,
so far.
look, Clarecastle's best players, with all respect, are the 17-year-olds. They have a nice coming generation, and look, they did, as Kevin said, they did get a licking against Burke in the round, but they've learned from that. You know, they're battle hardened now. They won on penalties against Crushing.
Right.
They beat Clonlara in extra time, so they know how to go to the well, and they've got their positional set up better and their matchups better. And look, they are up against the quality outfit, but they won't lack for effort.
Well, you can sing that, and Ocean Casey typically showing that. As in defence, Conor Downs probably will have ruled up the earlier on, we thought. Conor Downs definitely was pushed to the back, but Joe Mullins let it go, and Clarecastle did very, very well to mop up. And now there's a little bit of a argy-bargy between Keelan Hartigan. Again, Christmas greetings being exchanged. Lions better want to watch himself there because
the linesman's after getting the belt.
Caught in the crossfire and he's rubbing his nose.
The linesman's after getting the belt straight into the nose. Keelan Hartigan will be looked. Keelan Hartigan could see right here if the linesman insists on it.
There's always a danger when you go into the crossfire to get caught in the no man's land.
And Conor Griffin is a young lad. He's Frankie Griffin, the former Clare footballer's
right.
son. He won't back down from anybody. He's only 16, but by God, I tell you, he's a tough man.
Seamus says it for me at that detail before the game. If he's a son of Frankie Griffin's, there'll be his close standing back. And what a class act Frankie was for so many years. And
I think
for Clare. So,
Joe McDonald's going. Joe Mullins going to have a decision to make here, though, lads. After the exchanges that included a linesman who's rubbing his nose afterwards. So I wonder what and they're talking. The linesman and Joe are having a conversation.
I think Keelan Hartigan could be in trouble here. I really do.
I didn't see who it was.
Well, Keelan was involved in the exchange anyhow, but now the two lads were kind of, like stags rushing each other, and the linesman stuck his head into the middle of it trying to make peace, and he got a touch off. He got some kind of a wallop from especially it's Conor Downs he's talking to now. Conor Downs and Evan O'Connell are being spoken to, and there's no word at all. Keelan Hartigan. No, Conor Downs was fouled before that, but that was a separate thing. Those things happened. He didn't.
Yeah, Keelan Hartigan has escaped here because
Keelan, you're right.
he moved ahead and he actually connected with the linesman's nose. He's still feeling his nose.
So
the diplomatic outcome. You love that now, Pat. The diplomatic outcome.
He'll be able to act Rudolph, I think, for Christmas for his young lads if he has them with the red nose, because he did get a wallop in it there. Fair play to him. Look at play is going to go on, and it's going to go on. It's free in the middle of the field for Clarecastle. Ocean Casey right in the middle of the field, a little bit at the stand side here. We know he's well capable of putting this one over. 1-3 to 6. The scoreboard has settled down. No more goals for Clarecastle being given. The brown envelope was to dried out. It was spent all in Christmas gifts already. So
yours is in the
over the barrel. I'll tell you one thing. Whenever put the brown envelope, Ocean Casey's doing what Ocean Casey does. I loved it free. And look at a ripple of applause, and yet I think 20 or 30 years ago, if you're free from the middle of the field put over the bar, it's a major excitement. Nowadays we take it for granted. These guys are just so accurate and so lengthy in their striking, and again there's a bit of a break.
It's our first score in 7 minutes now, Pat.
Yeah, again
after a light start, it is slowed down. It's been stop-start. There's a lot of off-the-ball stuff. A lot of fellas going down with niggles and injuries. You know, it is winter hurling. You know, conditions are tough. This is going to be a war of attrition, basically, and it's setting up like that.
It is 1-3 to 7. I should have said 1-3 to 7 in favour of Clarecastle. Clarecastle leading by that point. After the concession of the goal, they really lifted their game, and some outstanding defending by Rory O'Connell and others in there, Aaron Hayes and others, to stop out the danger that Mark Rogers with no brings to the game. And again, you know, you could go 62 minutes without Mark Rogers doing too much damage, and he could still kill you, as we know. So that's something to look forward to see what Mark will do, how he'll react. At the moment he's out here in the right half forward position.
It's Shane Kavanagh that's down here getting treatment.
Scariff getting treated over the far side of the field. So again, it's stopping the game. So looks like there'll be a good bit of injury time when we come towards half time. It's 18 minutes gone in the game. It's 1-3 for Scariff. The goal by Patrick Croshy, who's had a brilliant first 10 minutes of the game, and 3 from Rogers as well. So 2 points from Crosby also. So he's been the star so far. Maybe Rory O'Connell and Ocean Casey the stars for Clarecastle. As Rogers tries to catch this one, and has it. Rogers does pick at the second attempt. Can he put it over the bar? Mark the magician. Look at That's what he just said what he can do. Wasn't that a beautiful point, Kyle?
Beautiful point, and we've enjoyed him during the summer, and he's doing it here in the December day as well. A fantastic score, typical Mark Rogers displaying his class. Great score, Mark.
So, waiting for a little bit of adjustments here in the mic. Jim, our sound engineer, has things sorted out. Castle about to clear the ball out again. And the sides are level as we're 19 minutes into the game. Caught inside by Oshin. Whelan, shot, saved inside by Collins. Good save, he's caught the rebound off his early and he safely clears it out to the middle of the field. Whelan was through there looking very, very threatening. Oisin Whelan, we know how powerful he is and we know how strong he is from underage and schools before, but on this occasion he was thwarted by a decent save by Collins. He wasn't maybe the hardest bowler, but from the middle of the field, a beautiful score over the bar by James Doherty for Clarecastle. And they've come to play, Derek.
Absolutely, and look, it was a superb catch. I think it was Josh Brack. It was Josh Brack, not Oisin Whelan. The numbers could have been mixed up. It was definitely
I think the numbers, we were given the numbers for the wings, yeah.
And look, he went for the low shot and bounced it. It was fine save by Tracy in goal. Ball worked out. James Doherty tapped it over, and we're level again.
So it's Brack is playing at number 13 then. So that's something we had been given slightly wrongly before the game there, but there you go. Clarecastle possession again in the middle of the field. A shot from the middle of the field. And this was taken to the left and right. A shot by, I think it was it? Conor Halpin, number 10 for Clarecastle. Conor Halpin, a shot there from the middle of the field. As the score reads, 1 goal and 4 for Scariff, 8 points for Clarecastle. Clarecastle, I suppose, usually we give the leading team first of all. So Clarecastle 8, Scariff 1, 4. And as I said, if the script was the Scariff were going to lower hot favourites for this, I think the Magpies didn't read the script at all. They've thrown it a little bit out the window. Long way to go, of course. And Mark Rogers has shown his class there with a beautiful score there about 2 minutes ago. But Scariff matching everything Scariff are throwing at them at the moment. Shane Kavanagh again. How many possessions has he had for Scariff so far? This time his hand pass attempt is knocked down and it's back again. But this time it's Garrod Sheedy. Garrod Sheedy bursting out of the lovely control from Sheedy.
Mark Rogers.
This is actually Rogers, you're right. It is Mark Rogers. He's way back in his own half back line. Now, the ball with Scariff and it's Adam Conan. But Adam Conan again, great pressure was put on. That's wonderful defending there by Niall Brigdale. And Niall Brigdale has thwarted the danger for now. And now it's Patrick Ryan. Is it Patrick Ryan trying to get on the ball? And now it's number 5 for Scariff. And it's Sure. Scott Cairns making his first foray into the game.
No nonsense defending and, there by young Aaron Hayes.
It's flaked out over the sideline by Hayes, the defender, as you said. Aaron Hayes, fullback, who looks to me like a decent. Yeah, Conan and Patrick Ryan have swapped numbers also. I think.
Patrick Ryan and Adam Conan have different numbers as well.
They have different numbers, and it's hard to keep track of all these numbers. But we'll do the best we can as we go along. Anyway, the most important thing, the thing that our listeners need to know is that it's 21.5 minutes gone and the scoreline reads 8 points for Clarecastle, 1 goal and 4 for Scariff.
I'm not being critical here, but the fact that there's no programme here is, it's an under-21 county A semi-final and there should be a programme. I know we go down and we get the teams up the management, but they're not worried about the jerseys. They give us the 15 players,
of course.
But by right there should be a programme.
Well, look at it. It's a very, very important competition. It's one of the best competitions in hurling.
That's an incredible score.
What a stride line from the world. 24 or 5 metres out, but around the bar the same as if it was in front of the goals and he had it in his hand. What a score. Look at the class lads, look, we were expecting this, and in their fairness, despite having outstanding defending by the Clarecastle defence, Mark Rogers has still shown 2 moments of absolute magic in the game, and he's capable of showing a lot more. As Clarecastle break up inside now, can Scariff, the defence clear, Ty Kavanagh is in there, and the forward is it just Oisin Whelan is inside there as well. Yeah, Oisin Whelan are fighting for, but Scariff have done very well to clear this one again. As Kavanagh again down the field this time looking for Crotty. He hasn't been in the game for a little while now. Crotty and Toohey having a great battle out there in the wing, and in fairness to Castle, taking out Toohey again, and Toohey showing the class that he has, and this is a dangerous body for Sean Collins, but he has a bit of time in his hands because a Brack was a little bit further out, but Collins will go into trouble. No, he gets the ball out to Sheedy. Sheedy has time to launch this one, and he's cleared at 70-80 metres down the field. It's going to Rory O'Connell is there again. Rory O'Connell reads the danger, but he's lost it this time, and it's broken. And a free pull down there, and this could possibly be a card, Joe Mullins. It looked like the Scariff man was through, but pulled down there by the defender, so free and an easy decision for Niall.
I think it was Patrick Ryan.
Patrick Ryan looked to be on the burst there, yeah. So free in for Scariff on the left hand side. This will be a Mark Rogers effort. It's just 20 metres, 22 or 3 metres out, slightly to the left, and the score at the moment 1-5 for Scariff, 8 points for Clarecastle. This is a real chance for Scariff to take the lead as we go 23 minutes in, but there has been some stoppages for injuries, and one or two other little incidents there midway through the first half. So there could be a lot of time in this half as Mark Rogers now steps up to the mark and try and give Scariff the lead again by the minimum. So Mark bends, lifts, strikes, and the result you'd expect. Umpires reaches the white flag, so it's Scariff 1-6 and Clarecastle 8 points, and it'll be a puck out for Cian Broderick, who hasn't, apart from the shot that beat him, hasn't been put under any other pressure by the Scariff lads yet.
No, it was an incredible, unstoppable shot.
Oh, it was. No fair fault to Cian Broderick, who gave the goalkeeping display of the year here about last August or last July. Brilliant display of goalkeeping against Whitegate. I think he saved about 7, if not 8, certain goals that day. He was outstanding, and we know the class he has. Of course, with the Ryan Lohan and his squad currently, and deservedly so. Stoppage again in the game. Will a bit of attention be given here in the middle of the field to one of the Scariff lads. Can't see at the moment who it is. We will see in a moment. So Joe Mullen has given plenty of time. And again, as Derek referred to there, it's winter hurling. You will have knocks. It's actually Conor Downs, and really concerned about Conor because Conor has had a history of injuries. Great servant to Scariff underage and indeed junior and senior teams the last couple of years. But Conor now I think is go okay. The helmet will be on shortly. He's tying the shoelace, and as I said, Conor Downs is someone you would, on a human level, you wouldn't wish to have any more injuries for a long time because he has had his fair share, and a super hurler for Scariff. So Conor back in business, and the puck will come from Cian Broderick. Let's see, will Cian, the referee now is having a word with Phil Wycinski, and it's a name I was wondering about having to pronounce. Not much ball, it's got up to the top of the left corner where Phil plays, but Phil having a chat there with the ref, but I think it's okay. Phil is now marking, is it Adam Conan, I think, is it? Trying to see who's on there.
Adam Conan.
Yeah, Adam Conan. Now centre back, Darragh Healy, bursting around the fence, taking a shot ball, drives it down the left side, but crosses it over to the other wing. A good looking ball in, looking for Brack, but Brack doesn't get there, and it's Garrod Cheedy with all the time in the world to pick it up and break the tackle. In fact, an illegal tackle there by Brack, so it's going to be free out for Scariff for Gunlow on their own 20 metre line. Joe Mullins taking his time to make sure he's out in position before just think as a quick free 1-5 for Scariff. 8
we had
points.
10 scores in the first 11 minutes.
And dried up.
We've only had 4 in the next 17.
Yeah, 1-5 to 8. Yeah,
1-6.
1-6. That's again, the scoreboard is wrong there again. So there's a lot of little gremlins at work today between numbering of the players and the scoreboard.
He double checked.
1-6 is Scariff.
He saw the 15.
he looked at the inside at the bottom part for the small one is folded over.
Leo Doyle told me I'd have to give him 100 to start it.
Man, Derek, if you have more of those brown envelopes, they're always welcome in my place anyway. So free out for Clarecastle. I call it a free out, but it's been taken by Oisin Casey, and any free taken by Oisin Casey can be regarded as a free in. It's way back in his own half-back line. This is 95 metres from the goal if it's one, and he strikes it very, very, very well with that breeze. And again, an absolutely superb strike from Oisin Casey. And if they have a hero in Rory O'Connell in defence, and indeed Darragh Healy and Aaron Hayes and those and David Toohey, well, they have a hero in a free taker in Oisin Casey, whose striking is top drawer. Free out, or a puck out now from Sean Tracy. Sean will go along again, not choosing these cornerbacks as much as maybe McCall looking for the ball there. Lovely control almost by Shane Cameron, but it's going to Patrick Ryan. Patrick Ryan, can he get away? He's been pulled and dragged, but he seems to have the control. Lovely control from Ryan. Can Hartigan put it over from the right wing? That is super strike, but it's caught inside by Broderick. He just finished under the crossbar. Broderick very well controlled it. He's cleared it out the right wing. He's going to clear it away now by number 10. Number 10 is Conor Halpin. Conor Halpin down low looking for his inside forward Brack, but doesn't find Brack. Instead of find the defender. The defender is Seamus McCall. It's Seamus McCall, and it's going to be cleared now by Conor Downs. Conor Downs down the left wing looking for Crotty. Can Crotty control this? The answer is no. I think it's knocked out right in front of I'd say that there was a wheeling help there for the ball to go over the sideline from Crotty, sorry, from about 15 of the Magpies subs and backroom team there, so right in front of them. And I suppose he has probably heard one or two little cries of don't fumble it, Patrick. So he did the first ball he has fumbled, in fairness. Line ball for Clarecastle on the far side, just in front of their own dugout half. The half line, David Toohey takes the away, but it's only as far as Downs again coming into the game. Downs in the half-back line. This time, James, a shortish one up, and it's going to go to Healy, who read it well in the half-back line for Clarecastle, but doesn't get it up the first time, and he has been robbed with the free there. A foul on Sean Collins, who in fairness is playing well for Scariff, one of the not the newer lads, but one of the lads maybe less sung about, and Sean Collins doing well to win the free there, and Joe Mullins not too happy with that free. No, nothing at all in it, only a little flick, but it's nevertheless a free for Scariff and a chance for Mark Rogers to give them the lead again. Now Clarecastle will be light at 3-9 on the scoreboard there for momentarily, Derek. Now it's gone back to 3 points. Now it's gone back to no score. Great fun watching the scoreboard, but not as much fun as watching the game, Kevin.
No, Brian Torpy, I wonder, was he out last night or is he here at all the way the scoreboard is operating today? Usually a man who doesn't make too many mistakes, but it mightn't be him.
But he was driving out, as I right, he was driving out of the park in the car, so maybe it's somebody else. 1-6-9 anyways the score. Mark Rogers,
he's probably listening into
yards out, central. Beautiful strike in action, and so what else would you expect? Only over the bar for Mark Rogers. Again, we sometimes take these free takes for granted, and we shouldn't.
Absolutely shouldn't, because it's a huge skill and it's a great weapon to have in your arsenal, you know. And Mark Rogers has landed them, and Oisin Casey's landed them, and look, there's nothing in it. A pint is a good scariff of them. Clarecastle will be delighted because they've conceded a green flag and yet they're only 1 down. They've had 1 opportunity of a goal themselves with Josh Brack broke through. This is going to go down to the wire, you know, Pat. Unless Scariff are going to raise another couple of green flags, there will be nothing in this game.
I'm very, very impressed with Clarecastle, Derek. That's not just because you're here. They're showing it on the pitch what they're made of. Good hurlers all over the field. Obviously, well driven today to put up a performance. And Scariff are going to, I suppose, maybe probably would have done because there's just 30-minute mark now.
He did a seminar last week in Qatar, so you know, expect a lot.
Well, we'll expect him. Oh, what a catch! What a catch by centre back Healy for Clarecastle, and pulled up with an enormous pressure. And does he win a free? I think he's won a free. Yes, he has won a free. Joe Mullins didn't seem to want to give the free initially because Mullins was the horse of a shoulder sort of into his chest. Wasn't 100% fair. I think it was Keehan. I'm not sure it was Keehan, but anyway, either way, it is a free. Again, he's having a chat with his linesman. The linesman will have the red nose, I think, from that clash earlier on with Keelan Hartigan. But it is a free for Scariff. For Clarecastle, sorry, and it's right on the sideline here in front of the stand. It's about 55 to 60 metres out, and who else but Oisin Casey, and the way he's been striking them, we won't put the hex on him, but it's 1-7 to Scariff, 9 points for Clarecastle at the moment, and don't be surprised if this game is level in the next 10 seconds, as Healy lines up, and he has to change his stance slightly, and the referee is tootling the whistle to keep the backs honest and the forwards from getting involved down there. Healy strikes it absolutely beautifully. Casey, beautifully. Oisin Casey. Derek, some free taking.
Pat,
Kevin, I should say.
That's his fifth free, and one of them get better than the next. He'd missed 1 or 2 as well, but the frees they've gone from the sideline to his own, pretty much his full back line nearly, to fantastic and so important to keep that scoreboard ticking over from Clarecastle perspective.
Brilliant free. He might be saying to himself something, will I ever give me free 30 yards out in front of the goal, because he hasn't got one of those yet, but he doesn't need to, and maybe when he does, he'll find it a challenge. Shane Cavan in possession, has had more positions, I'd say, than most Scariff are going to look guys in the game. He's now he's making a foray into attack from wing back, being well chased by the centre field man, but he's into Trotty. Trotty is limited space. Off his left, over the bar from Trotty. He's back in the game again, Derek. He had a great start, and it looks like he's going to finish reasonably strong as well in this half.
Yeah, it was great work by Shane Kavanagh. Look, he had the presence of mind to pop in.
My man in the match for Scariff, we're going to look so far, would be Shane Kavanagh. And Clarecastle, let's say, have 2 or 3 in fairness to them. So there's Kavanagh again on the ball, but this time it's broken to the Clarecastle. Rory O'Connell. Rory is making a foray up the field. Maybe he thinks his job is done behind. To Conor Halpin. Conor Halpin takes the shot from far out, but he's pulled it to the left. Probably a chance missed there, but again, in a game of this quality, we think any shot that goes wide from 65 metres. Yeah, it was one that should have gone over, no question. But
you're under no pressure there. You're only 45 yards out. You know, just compose yourself, plant your feet, and tap it over.
What does when you're spinning around, and this kind of spin gets you to pull the ball too far across the goal, and that's kind of what happened there. So we're 32.5 minutes in. There's still a couple more minutes to half time. Ball broken down. Conor Down's getting more involved in the game, and as I said, Conor is a player who has been outstanding for the Scariff junior team in their foray through the Munster campaign there back in the spring down in Killeedy. Outstanding in those games, and here he is now, here is Scariff now in the middle of it. Rogers picks it up in a crowd, breaks away. How did he get space there? I'll never know, but he's the hand pass inside to Crotty. Crotty is like the 20 minutes on the left hand side, low, and it's got crossed the goal and wide. Oh, Cian Brodley didn't have to worry about that one, but it was a half chance, Derek.
Absolutely, and Rogers with a touch of genius, picking it up amongst 8 players, and again had the vision to find Crotty. Crotty fired it low across the goal. You know, you can't fault him, and look, he escaped for
Oisin Whelan wide from the middle of the field. Very, very, Derek. Now, Kevin, you said Goshen Healy was a very physically strong player. He looks a powerful unit.
He's 17th in September.
Yeah, for his age.
For his
absolutely.
age, the strength of him, and it's obviously something he works on to develop that the strength that he has. And outside of the strength, he's an exceptional hurler as well, and one for the future for Clarecastle.
One for the future, no, one for the present indeed today, but one for the future, no question about it. And I know it's going up to half time, Derek, but Clarecastle senior hurling team, maybe a little bit in the doldrums for while comparison to the 80s and the 90s, but you could pick out 7 or 8 lads on that pitch already that we know are going to start for them in the future.
Yeah, I think that the win against Whitegate in the senior relegation final was a watershed moment. I just don't see Clarecastle struggling anymore at senior level. We have a crop of youngsters coming through, and I don't think we'll be competing at the top table just yet. But if we can have a starter and stay out of the doldrums,
we'll do exactly. And Oisin, just as he has been doing, Oisin Casey taps the ball over the bar there from just inside his own half. And again, polite applause from the crowd. As I said, it's just unbelievable good free taking from Casey. Yeah, and there's attention there. Was it Owen Keane? I think it's been it's the
Scott Cairns.
Scott Cairns getting attention for Scariff going low as well. But game isn't held up now. The puck out has been taken by Sean Tracy. He's gone left. Been short this time to Kavanagh, to Ty Kavanagh, and Ty gets it away, and up to wing goes is Shane Kavanagh, but it's they're cheating now trying to break through, but Dave Ash there, and the referee let's play go on, and it's a little bit untidy over to the far side, except now a breakthrough is there a breakthrough here for Clarecastle? In goes Halpin from the right wing. Does he get a shot in over the back? Oh, it's a great score for Clarecastle from Conor Halpin. A bit of untidy play there on the right wing for a while, but Halpin broke through. How he picked it up at pace on a winter pitch, I'll never know, but a lovely score for Clarecastle.
Lovely, and his second score of the game, 1-8 to 1-8 to 10 points, I think, coming up to half time now.
And so we have half time. And
our score
1-8 to 12. Clarecastle.
We have to double check again. The scoreboard is hopping around, so I'm going to depend on my note taker. Say 1-8 to 12 points. 1-8 for Scariff is 11 in my sums, if I can remember them, and 12 for Clarecastle. A massive score to give them the lead at half time. It's a psychological boost.
Yeah, a psychological boost. And look, they'll be delighted. They've scored 12 times to Scariff's 9. The concessional goal has kept Scariff in it. Clarecastle are hurling with a plum. They're moving the ball with pace. Rory O'Connell is doing a superb job at the back. And I told Leo Dial during the week, Pat, that Clarecastle would come to play.
And Leo believes every word you always say, Derek. That's one thing for sure. He always says that to me. If Derek says it, then it is gospel truth, no matter what he says. But in fairness, you have it right on this one. I'm very, very impressed with Clarecastle. Scariff are not doing a whole lot wrong. Mark Rogers, because we can't be expecting him to get 4 or 5 green flags every day. He goes out, or 2 or 3 either, but he has still a half to do it. And now I'm going to just get a summation of the first half from one of our great friends here on on Scariff Bay. I nearly said the wrong radio station on Scariff Bay here. Seamus Hayes, the most famous sports journalist in Clare, I suppose, and maybe in Munster. Seamus, first half, what do you think of it?
An absolutely fantastic game, Pat. I suppose there was a lot of talk during the week, and people were saying to be playing hurling this time of the year is wrong. And I suppose, in fairness, it's not the right time of the year for this particular championship, because it's the championship where you see the players of the future, really. But look, we've been served up a real classic here. Scores coming hot and fast on both sides. Powerful play. No quarter rest are given. Nobody pulling back. Hard hitting, manly stuff. It's a cracking game, and we could be here for a little longer than the normal hour, because there's all the signs of an extra time job here today.
Infantino might have to put back the World Cup by a half an hour to facilitate us here, and I'll check with Seamus if we're going back to the studio shortly. But so Seamus, thanks for that. We might have a word with you again at full time, and thanks for that, Seamus. And it is Scariff Bay Community Radio we're on. This is the station, just to make it clear, 3-7 to 111 in favour of 1 Corofin. That sounds like a classic hot stage. That's probably half time, is it?
Coming up to half time.
Yeah, 3-7. 16, 14 in favour of Rowan Corofin. A little bit as expected, but that game looks to be wide open as well. Wide open here also. 1-8 for Scariff with 12 points for Clarecastle. Very enjoyable first half. Please join us again for the second as we hand you back to the studio. Agus fáilte roiil bhreis go Park and Dolly to luck. Come back to Buck Daily Path for the second half of this very, very enjoyable 121A semi-final between Clarecastle and Scariff for Gunlow. At the moment, Clarecastle lead by 1 point, a minimum, 1-8 for Scariff, 12 points for Clarecastle, who have been playing exceptionally well in that first half and deserve their lead. Patrick Crosby at the start of the Scariff forward line, Shane Cavan playing very well. But for Clarecastle, it's been the story of Oisín Casey outstanding on the frees at centre forward and indeed playing well in play as well. And the move of Rory O'Connell named at corner forward, but back at the sweeper role, protecting the goal and the defence from the dangers of Mac Rogers, etc. Having a starring role back there as well. I'm also impressed with the likes of Dara Healy maybe, and a few others in that Conor Beeldon as well, and Conor helping for Clarecastle playing very well as well. But all to look forward to now is referee Joe Mullins about to throw it in, and we're in the second half of the game. We have to press the timer here, make sure we're up to speed, and straight away it's a free. Little push to the back there. Joe Mullins gives the sign, free for Scariff. Slight breeze in favour of Scariff going on in the second half. We think not a game-changing breeze by any means, but as the line flag on the far side there, just blowing a little bit towards the dressing room goal. So Mark Rogers makes his way out.
It's great to see now. I know it makes no real difference, but Mark Rogers is coming out for that free. He's travelled 70 yards out, and Aaron Hayes has followed him the whole 70 yards. Even though he knows he's hitting the free, he's still letting him know where you go, I go.
That's exactly what the good sticky defenders do. And Mark Rogers right in the middle, you could say, slightly maybe a yard inside his own half, pretty central in terms of the pitch as well. And he's lowish. Is going to make it just about 2 foot over the crossbar. That was a beautiful measured score from Mark Rogers. Again, we take it for granted, but that was a super free from Mark Rogers. So scores are level, 1-9-12 in favour of nobody. And the puck has been taken by Cian Broderick, lands in the middle of the field, and picked up in the middle of the field for Clarecastle, struggling there. I think Sean Collins on the back of the Clarecastle man there, as a race and a great win for free by Clarecastle. And it was, I'm not sure who won the free there, because it was a total melee.
The cornerback,
I let you pronounce his surname.
Phil Wojcinski, who had a quiet first half. In fact, Aaron Hayes, it's now Mark and Matt Rogers, and that's staying as it is. And it was Phil Wojcinski who won a really hard Aaron free there. And it's that man again, Oisin Casey, just outside the 65-metre line. This is a short free by his standards, but there is a slight puff of wind against him. So let's see, can Oisin put this one over? He's been striking them outstandingly, as we've said several times. But 1.5 minutes into the second half, strikes it very, very well. And same result, over the bar. So Clarecastle take the lead again. And this time Sean Tracy, the fullback, I think that I referred to Sean Collins right away, so apologies to Sean with a fine first half, good puck out, one very, very good save as well from, I think it was Brack, or was it Whelan, not sure at the time, but Sean Tracy pucks it out to the half forward line, and it's picked up, and a lovely hand pass out there from Patrick Ryan. A lovely finish for Patrick Ryan. The win with the ball by Patrick Ryan, and the hand pass out to Sean Collins. And this time it was Sean Collins, the midfielder, popped it over the bar. A fine score for Scariff. And
I think that's Scariff's first score when it's not Crotty or Rogers. So that could be huge for him.
He's only the third person to add to their scoring list. Slightly overcarrying. Was it overcarrying there? Oh, a throw. He was given a free against the Clarecastle man for a throw, Joe Mullins says. It was James Doherty actually making ground across the field there. It looked like he was possibly fouled, but Joe Mullins says he gave a throw, and Joe Mullins' decision will stand whether it's liked or not. And I would have thought maybe that Doherty was entitled to a free, but that's not how Joe saw it. So it's a free for Matt Rogers, almost 65 metres out to the right hand side, and his marker.
Joe didn't endear himself earlier on in the year with one of these throw-in hand passes. He disallowed the Clarecastle goal in the senior championship against Broadford, which would have kept him out of the relegation final. But he's a stickler for this.
You just have to get him down to the training pitch and practice those really good striking hand passes.
I didn't say it was an illegal pass.
And that's a yellow card for the manager.
Pat Healy, I'd say.
Is it Pat Healy? I'd say it probably is. So Pat must have given Joe a piece of his mind there. Joe obviously didn't like it too much and flashed the yellow card to the Clarecastle selector. But anyway, Pat won't mind that. But it's 60, it actually is a 65-metre free on the 65 exactly for Mark Rogers. And if Oisin Casey has been scoring them on one side, while Mark Rogers has been doing it the other, maybe not quite as regularly, not as many frees in for Scariff as Clarecastle got. But Mark now is ready to take this, and he's Scariff to lead it again. Familiar pose, and this time Mark has done what is very, very unusual, and he's pulled it to the left and wide. The quick puck out is taken to Rory O'Connell, who's standing in a cornerback position, his sweeper, and he's delivered it way down the field. The puck out there from Cian Broderick, well placed to O'Connell, and now it's in the Clarecastle half forward, but it's picked up by Garrod Sheedy, bursting out of the fence as well he can, and a good strike for Sheedy. Long one, but it's too long for the forwards. Inside there was Liam Crotty, but he won't make it. It's Cian Broderick at his ease out to David Toohey. David Toohey is carrying it forward, gives the hand pass. Should he have? He shouldn't, because it's been picked up by 21 for Scariff. I'll have to find out who that is in a moment. And Scariff won the free there, fouled by the cornerback on the Scariff forward, but just a wrong decision there by Healy to give the hand pass. He should have driven that ball down the field, and it
must have been a sub at half time.
21 for Scariff, which we didn't get numbers beforehand, so we'll try and work on
number
that.
21 is coming on from Adam Conan, as far as I can
Conan
see.
seems to be missing, yeah, so it's 21 for Scariff. We'll have
21
to find
for
out who that is.
15.
Jim, we might be able to find out who 21 for Scariff is when we get a chance. So we'll have the information. Mark Rogers, bit of free, 55 metres out, left hand side, just outside, just stand here. We'll have a perfect view. We'll know.
Would it be Ian O'Brien?
It could be Ian, but I would be surprised if Ian didn't start. Mark, it's very low, and again, it's about 2 foot over the crossbar, but it goes over the crossbar. That's the important thing. Beautifully measured free by Mark Rogers. The score now is 111 for Scariff. That's 14 points, 13 for Scariff for Clarecastle. 5.5 minutes into the second half. And if we said this game might go to the wire, well, it showed all the signs of it again early in the second half. Long way to go, as we know, and Clarecastle has come to play, as we said. This time, Joe Mullins, we thought he was giving feet to Clarecastle, but he's changed it to a free for Scariff are going low on the middle of the field. Mark Rogers making his way across. Mays is making his way across. As a shadow, just like his shadow is, following him everywhere, just to make sure that Mark isn't going to do anything quick or he's not going to take a pass for somebody and run through the middle of the field. So Aaron Hayes sticking like glue, as Derek pointed out, and it's just very noticeable that he's not going to let Mark get involved in anything unusual or anything quick. I suppose we know Mark is capable of anything, or someone could give him a quick free, take it to him, and he bursts through and rattle the net. But he is making sure that doesn't happen. Mark strikes it again. It's low, and he's going to make it this time, and it does again. 2 feet up the crossbar. How he can do that from 60 or 70 metres out beats me. Kevin, you know, those frees are just getting over the crossbar, and they're measured.
And even though he's missed one as well since half time as well, which is
that one went very high. Actually.
Yeah, that one went high, so he's trying to adjust for that. He scored the last 2, so whatever works for him, Pat.
It's working, and it's a beautiful free take, and it's over the bar. It's good work by the defence there. Mark Rogers trying to stop his man coming out, but the defender doing very well, and Mark fouls the defender there. I think it was maybe Niall Brigdale, and Niall Brigdale has won a free for Clarecastle in their own half-back line. Foul there by Mark Rogers. So the score line 112 for Scariff, 15-13 for Clarecastle. That's 2 points, and there hasn't been that. It is Ian O'Brien.
I told you I was an adopted East. Leo Dye said I was an adopted East Clare man. I called it as Ian O'Brien. But you know.
Well, we have to be sure about those things. We want to be certain not to give anyone
you're doubting me again,
a wrong
Pat.
name. No, I wouldn't doubt you. I wouldn't doubt you. Any further than I'd throw you in the Derek. I wouldn't throw you fair at all. Free for Clarecastle. Well struck all the way down towards the 20-metre line. Up they go. He's going to break inside. Tyrone Sheedy about to pick it up. No, he's not, because there's pressure on him now at the moment. And there's a Malia players around this now to go either way. I see Halpin trying to get it up there for Clarecastle to succeed. And now it's Conor Downs was in there. Trying to get this is all Conor Downs has picked out after the melee. Conor Downs, no better man to fight for a ball and get it in a tight position. Gives the hand pass away to Keehan. Keehan now bursting out. Can he get through the tackle? Oh, he's getting it away. The hand pass goes astray, and it's now again a melee develops, and this is all in the Scariff half-back line. But out comes, in fairness to Keehan, he makes up for his error and wins the ball, gets the hand pass out, and now it's at the far side of the field, and we're blocked here by the
Patrick Crotty.
Crotty wins the ball, gets it back to Sue Cairns. Cairns down the field. Cairns is a quite enough game, had a really good senior campaign for Scariff. Back draws a beautiful pass from Rogers inside. Sean Collins busting through, but he's held up well by the defence, and it is the free. Has won the free. Fabulous pass from Rogers into Sean Collins, who is playing well in the middle of the field.
Clarecastle's discipline is gone to pot really here, Pat. Mark Rogers will tap this over, and that'll be his fourth free. And we're only inside 8 minutes, so Clarecastle really need to look at this.
I can imagine maybe Conor McNamara giving a little bit of the hair dry sweep into Scariff lads that put up in their game at half time. A few of them were, quite enough in that first half, maybe expecting it to happen rather than making it happen. 20-metre free for Mark Rogers, and if this is tapped over, it just puts maybe a little bit of a gap in it, Kevin.
No, it's looking like 113 to 13 points, so 3 points in, as a 4-point turnaround in the 9 minutes since half time. So Scariff will be happy with their start to the second half. The amount of frees that have been conceded by Clarecastle, like Derek referred to, has been noteworthy as well, and has brought Scariff back into the game as Patrick Ryan takes a shot.
Fabulous pick up from Ryan, but his tail well wide. Lovely pick up on their own.
Clarecastle, that's the last 2 short puckouts they've gone awry. One over here and one here to the right inside. Clarecastle be better served now. Launch it down long and try, launch it down here to Oisin Casey and Oisin Whelan.
And Phil Widzinski has got the job of marking the very lively Ian O'Brien, and Ian O'Brien will not weaken this team in any shape or form. Again, had a super junior campaign, that saw 3 or 4 times with them, and a fabulous one. Had his share of injuries as well. So Phil Widzinski, I love saying that name, I think. On Ian O'Brien, that'll be interesting how that one goes. Garrod Sheedy was very good to break a tackle, be as all the way to Kevin, or is it Kearns, down the field, looking for the corner forward, but it's not going to find him, and it's cleared away very, very well by the fullback down there for Castle. In their half forward by now. Again, a battle out here for the ball, and plenty of lads in there looking for. Oh, that's great work by the defender. Gets it away. It was
Shane
Kavanagh again having a super game. Ball breaks to Patrick Ryan. It's a lovely ball, a lovely delicate pass across the field, but it's been lost. It's been lost by Keelan Hartigan on this occasion. But it's going to break to Trotty. Trotty now in the middle of the field, crossing the 65. Off his right hand side this time he takes a shot, and this is going wide, just wide. The umpires had a long hard look at it. Patrick Trotty from the far side had a fantastic start to the game, got a nice point also. Just
10 minutes into the second half. 10 minutes into the second half, Pat. Clarecastle only scored a Nushing Casey free after 2 minutes. You know, they're struggling to win possession. Scariff are much in the ascendancy, and the next couple of minutes will be huge bearing if Clarecastle can just stay in touch. You know,
have a free now, and
so it's a free against them, and they're incensed by it.
I thought it was the other way again. In the game, we're just saying this Scariff Bay broadcast brought to you in association with Tom Collins Engineering. We thank Tom very much for supporting us, and we have listeners today in the UK and Germany and Netherlands and Spain, so maybe we're outnumbering the World Cup in popularity. I think it's Derek Stultz tones they can.
It's interesting, the Seamus Hayes just here.
Or George Hamilton. It's Derek Dormer they want to hear.
Seamus Hayes has just pointed out to me, and he's actually correct. Since Pat Eady came on and berated Joe Mullins and got the yellow card, yes, every single decision has gone Scariff O'Gunnell's way, whether correctly or not, and we're just pointing it out that, you know, he's given a couple of dodgy frees there now.
A very pertinent point, I think, 100%. Scariff, I thought there was a couple of frees going the other way that Scariff haven't got, but again, Joe Mullins is closest to the action, and we know referees are nearly always right, Derek. Free for Mark Rogers, just inside his own half, right hand side, maybe 4 metres in from the sideline. This is a tricky one. He has a slight, as we say, slightest breeze behind him. And those things do make a difference in the long frees. Look, this one has gone well higher and has it, but the same result, he's pulled it to the left again. I think Mark will go back to measuring them and put them a foot over the bar from the far out, Kevin.
I think he will, as Clarecastle take a quick turn, puck out again, Pat, and they've been turned over with
they have won a free this time, yeah.
They've won a free,
yeah,
which is maybe contradicting Derek's point a minute ago.
Well, I think the crowd were insisting that free was given, and it was a free out, in fairness. He was put over the sideline, but not legally. The defender was Rory O'Connell, I think, actually was put over the sideline.
It has been notable, though, the sharp puckers that Clarecastle have attempted have broken down, whereas the one pucker that I remember since half-time landed here in Oisin Casey's hand in front of us. Oisin didn't use the ball very well, but Oisin Casey, the hands that he has, it might be the better option rather than putting their cornerbacks or wingbacks under pressure.
But I suppose in Cian Roddick's defence, Rory O'Connell has been doing so well bringing the ball out of the defence there all during the game, as that has was anyway, free from the half-back line, taken by Darry Heal. Was right into danger of the square. This is a dangerous ball. Anything can happen here into Forest, the players. It's come to ground, is it? It's in the Clarecastle possession. Can he get away? Can't get away free. Oh, Joe Mullins will not pick up the Christmas card from Clarecastle. Too many of them because he gives a free out for overcarrying.
James Doherty with a great catch. He was swarmed with the defence. I don't think they did anything wrong. Bit harsh to pull him for the overcarrying. He didn't give him much time, but look, Clarecastle have to realise it's winter hurling. We're a week before Christmas. Sharp puckouts do not work at the best of times. Never mind during the winter. They send the ball long and send it into the danger zone.
Wise words indeed, Derek, and I think we'd have to agree with you. Patrick Trotty fails to connect that one, but it's picked up instead by Rory O'Connell. This man has had so much possession of the game, and he's gone about 50 metres on a run, and he's taken a shot from the middle of the field. If this goes over, it's inspirational score into the hands of Sean Tracy. The never reliable Sean drives it down the field again, goes long direct looking for Trotty, and Rogers both out there. Rogers knocked it down, but not into the path of Trotty this time. It's the defender who seems to be going to win this, but is Trotty could maybe just on the second position? No, it's still there. Rogers, can he get it up in the Forest players? We've seen him doing it before. Not on this occasion. The defence look to have this one, and it's well won inside. Free out? No free out there. And there's a sub in for Clarecastle. Sam Brown has come in for Clarecastle. Yeah, Sam is the man with the yellow helmet. But it's picked up in the middle by by Liam Crotty this time. Liam Crotty is back to the cousin, Patrick, and the shot from far out by Kavanagh is going to make it. No, it makes the 20-metre line as well, stopped inside by the full back, and out comes the defenders with the ball, and it's going to be with his pressure put on there. Sean Collins playing very, very well for Scariff. Gives the hand pass to Hartigan just behind him, he was neglected the first time. Hartigan still fighting for the ball, but from Scariff, a good contribution in the right part of the field. Inside the 20-metre line, free out for Clarecastle. This time Joe Mullins sees.
I'm trying to see who went off for Clarecastle here. Pat, Sam Brown's after coming on, but I just can't see who came off yet.
Is James Doherty still there?
James Doherty's still here, yeah. I think it could be Evan O'Connell. I think it could be number 9.
15 minutes gone, second half. 1:30 in favour of Scariff in a game brought to you.
Yes, it is. It's Evan O'Connell.
Evan O'Connell. So
I don't see 9 out in the field for Clarecastle.
Again, really much in the game today. A lot of the time he's been showing leadership in this game. Ian O'Brien, ball in his hand, flick over his shoulder, over the bar from Ian O'Brien. Well, he said Patrick Crotty set it up for him. He said Ian O'Brien wouldn't beat them, and that's how it's turning out.
No, he has been involved in the game since he came on. So what is it, 114 to 13 points? Clarecastle have only scored a point since half time.
Yeah, great catch in the middle of the field. Kevin, by Conor Halpin there. Conor Halpin for Clarecastle, but he doesn't make any headway with it. And now it's Hartigan. Hartigan out to Conor Downs. Conor Downs breaking on the left side. Can he put it over? Conor Downs, a beautiful strike, and it just turns in nicely inside the right hand post. Hartigan combining the Downs there for a lovely score, Derek.
Yeah, look, it's all Scariff at the moment. You know, they've now 7 points to 1. They've outscored Clarecastle in 15 minutes. Clarecastle are really struggling, and if they're probably in green flag territory already.
And we talk about wins. The wind doesn't win games. I haven't said that. I think the breeze, slight effect there. It's carrying ball for Scariff maybe into the danger zone that bit easier. And
but I think
over points and play.
I think Clarecastle's approach in the first half worked. They were able to work it out, but in the second half they should be going route one. Kevin even said it there. The one long puck out, Oisin Casey plucked it. Yeah, he didn't utilise it well. The one long ball into the square, James Doherty plucked it. Cut for over carrying. But if you keep knocking on the door, that's the approach I'd be going. The short style is not working, especially right now, cold, Sunday before Christmas. Go long, go direct.
You're absolutely right, because as you said, cold hands and sticky ground. Too many opportunities for mistakes to be made, and too many. Murphy's Law will usually come in those situations, but that can go wrong. Will go wrong if you're playing the ball around your defence. So yeah. And what Clarecastle should be doing is trying to win ball in the half-hour line and try to win frees for Oisin Casey to be tapping them over like he was in the first half. So the wise men up in the stand know it all, of course. But anyway, that's how we're reading it at the moment. So puck out.
The first time you ever call me wise, Pat.
Three wise men here today. And a wiser man down to our left even.
You're leaving me out, so.
Puck out has been taken into the back line. Crotty goes up, doesn't win this one. Ground pulled there by Healy for Clarecastle, and ball touched on the ground, so it's going to be a free. It's going to be a free for Clarecastle, and it's going to be taken by, of course, there's no motion case. He'll make his way there. Yes.
I had a message there from Clare's best referee, Rory McGann, telling me to go easy on Joe.
All right.
Yeah. I don't think I've been over the top now, in fairness.
I know, Joe. Like all the referees in Clare, he gets most of the calls right, and we'll always discuss ones we think are different, but that's human nature.
Yes, Clarecastle's indiscipline has let him down at the start of the second half.
Every referee who gives of his service to referee games and make sure we have games going ahead on time and refereed properly and everything else is vital to the game. Without them we don't have it as Oisin Casey, as in the first half, nonchalantly puts that ball over the bar. It's now 1:15 for Scariff.
Clarecastle's first score in 16 minutes. It could prove the launching pad if they could just get another one. Stay within the 1 score mark. I know it'll be a goal, but stay within that 1 score mark. We bring the game down to the wire.
We did say go along and try and win the frees. It served them well in the first half. Conor Downs with a great lockdown on Rory. And Rory O'Connell. Conor got up to the left corner now. Can he step a low ball across looking for Rogers? Does he find Rogers? Nearly broke to Rogers.
That's outstanding defending by Aaron Hayes. Absolutely outstanding.
3 different Scariff lads looked like they were going to come on the ball and possibly bury it, but Hayes came out, ensured they had the ball in front of him all the time and cleared it, and that has led to
what a score! What a score, Pat!
That doesn't lift them, Kevin.
Absolutely bright inspiration from Aaron Hayes, the full back. Brian Lohan-esque is what it reminded me of. Broke the ball out to Conor Halpin, who took it on and took a fantastic score from the middle of the field. His third point to get.
He prevented a certain goal with a flick. The ball broke. He hooked the player. Then he ran on and flicked it down to himself. 50-yard solo, popped it to help and over the bar. That score is worth any admission fee alone.
Savage score, brilliant score. And I'd say Conor Downs was saying I could have tapped over the point there for myself, but the deniers watching, I really wanted to score. Crossing on through the middle, well blocked down by the defence, and it looked like Scariff or Castle getting the tails up and getting a bit down again. This is going to be cleared again by Healy, bursting out of defence. Can he get away? Oh, a hard shoulder, but it's into the chest. Not given by Yes. Joe Bollins does give it eventually. And now it's the Scariff people are a bit annoyed because they figured that was a reasonably fair shoulder. And
in fairness, the right call there. Rory Collins got a shoulder into the chest from number 9 from Scariff Gunner, Sean Collins,
who has been playing well. In fairness to Sean,
the right call, but just shows how momentum swings as well. In the first 10 minutes of the second half, Scariff Gunner got the momentum thanks to freeze. Now momentum has swung. Aaron Hayes' intervention there a minute ago, ball broke out. Conor Hanlon get a great score. Rory Collins wins the ball, comes out of defence, wins a free. So the pressure's on Scariff Gunner now to defend this long range free that's going to land in and around the edge of the square, I'd expect.
1:15 for Scariff. Is it 14 for Castle?
15 at the moment.
Jumping again, the scoreline has gone the board. 1:15 to 15, so it's just three in it. And one score, and Rory O'Connell with a free from his own half-back line. He won the free himself, and it's from his own half-back line right in front of the stands here. And this will land in around the danger area we expect. Yes, it's gone pretty high. If Santa was out on the practice run, he'd nearly be hit by that one. And it's knocked out well by the defence there, and it's going to be picked up. It's going to be picked up by Cavan, but he doesn't get it up. Garrod, alright, Matt Rogers is very well back in his own half-back line, picks up the ball, delivers it into the full forward line. Patrick Trotty can't get it out, and out comes the defender. The Castle defender gets the hand pass away to Rory again. Rory has had more possessions than I'd have had hot dinners, I think, and a lovely flick inside.
Beautiful.
Lovely ground pass to Halpin there. Can he make ground up the left and get over the bar? He's taken on Cavada off his hurley over across the goals and wide. Unlucky, that deserved the score, Derek.
It did, and it's a poor wide, and look, he's landed 2 superb scores, but he's also had 2 poor wides. If he could just bring a bit of consistency to his shooting, he'd improve his game tenfold. But look, Clarecastle have settled a bit. We have 9 minutes to go on the clock plus whatever's left. There's only the green flag in it, and who would have thought coming down here, Scariff Gunner was such a dominant force at under 21 level that Clarecastle, who were well beaten in round 1, would be putting up a performance like this.
And it's Sam Brown making an impact. Sam gets the pass away and it's delivered down the field again. This is correct out from Clarecastle. Looking for, flick inside, nice play by
Oisin Whelan.
Oisin Whelan breaking inside. There's 4 defenders hanging off him. Can he get the free? Yes, the free has been given. He takes it, blocked it, and the advantage free. Great score from Oisin.
What a score by Whelan.
He plays there already and deservedly so, Kevin.
A fantastic score from Oisin, as I said earlier, man for the future. But 17-year-old showing great leadership there. Really had to win a 50-50 ball against the cornerback, won it and took responsibility. He could have maybe played for his free, which he was probably entitled to, but took the score over his shoulder, and a great score, 1:15 to 16 points, Pat, with about 8 minutes of normal time left. And just an update from Tubber for the under 21A game between Ryan Corfin and Ina Kilnamona, the other semi-final. Ryan Corfin are 4 points up, which is probably following expected lines there as well.
And they're in injury time there, Kevin.
They're in injury time.
Okay, so 4 points on it. So it looks like, but we won't. You never know. It looks like maybe Corfin, Rowan, as sort of expected by the general consensus. With Ina Kilnamona have put it up to them, obviously going by that scoreline, and certainly Clarecastle putting it up to Scariff are going to go here. 1:15 to 15 and 1:15 to 16 points, isn't it? Yeah, and 2 point margin all to play for. We're 23 minutes and a half into the second half, and Clarecastle really after a lull after half time when maybe they didn't go direct enough, have taken the advice of the wise men
and they've gone direct, they've came back into the
and getting scores.
Hurling's a simple game, and when you play it simple you do good stuff.
Rogers carries an awful long way, but there's no one inside, is there? Mark Rogers goes up, he doesn't get it this time. Mark is having a quite enough second half by his amazing standards. Now Conor Downs, can Conor win this one? He got a soft free, and I think that's an unlucky free to give away. The defender was reaching for the ball, and I think Conor...
I'm glad it's you that's given out this time, because if I send in Rory McGann, will be on to me again.
But I suppose you could also say technically it was a free, and I suppose, We love games where the referee lets it flow a bit and doesn't give all little technical touches. But having said that,
in fairness, the foul happened about 10 yards further out here to the touchline. Mark has diligently brought it back in. We should bother Joe Mullins.
Either way. He's kept this over. Slow! Oh, for Scariff! Mark Rogers, that's done a few times, has hit the freeze really, really low. We knew that wasn't going to make it, and Keane Broderick somehow gets beaten under his crossbar, got a hurl into it, just a dipping shot. Now, did Mark intend it? He'll say he did. Paul Flynn took one.
Came off Aaron Hayes, poor Aaron Hayes. He came off his hurley,
Actually, but I know Paul Flynn took one time in a Munster final. Was it against Cork or team? I can't remember. It was against Cork for about 25 metres. Give a top spin. Mark will say he did the same thing, and we know he's capable of it. Kevin, intentional or not?
I think it was intentional. Yeah, he was testing him out.
I don't think it was intentional. He's hit every free low.
Just underneath the crossbar.
I'll stay neutral. It was a goal for Scott, but it's a significant goal as 16 points. Just as Clarecastle had really worked their way back into the game. And game goes on, 25 minutes gone. Now, is that the blow of Clarecastle? Delta is going to be a mortal blow. Scariff and one line in possession. I think it's Crotty.
We have another stop here from Clarecastle.
Conor Downs has grown into this game since the first 5 or 10 minutes when he was quieter, and he really has been effective in the game. Now Rogers with position out the left hand side, beats his man off his left hand side. This goal there. There's the chance again. Look at scoring a goal like that, intentional or not intentional, it gives you a lift. And a player like Matt Rogers, Derek, doesn't need much of a lift to put over a point like that.
No, he doesn't. No, and look, it's probably a game setting match to Scariff. We're going to low at this stage. You know,
16 Castle in possession. Again, Conor Downs working his socks off. Lovely picked up by Patrick Ryan. Can he get away this time? Looking for, he gives a sky in toward, and do you know something? Is Keelan have to get into this now? Broderick is out. Broderick does very well to control it. And Keelan Broderick, will he win a free? Looks like he should really, but he's cleared it away, not too far. And over there is the defender, Niall Rigdale should get this. Niall Rigdale surely foul, free out for Clarecastle from the row corner.
It's young Scott Brack has come on for Clarecastle.
Scott Brack, wearing number 30 on his back, I think, yeah.
Scott Brack has come on. I just don't know who has come off. I'm looking to see. I'm not sure who has come off yet. I think it could be Conor Halpin. No, he's still out there. No, he's still out there. Yeah.
But anyway, game goes on. Free out for Clarecastle. And John Mullins giving instructions there. Scariff will give a sub coming in as well to try and catch who that is as soon as we can. Again, now we weren't able to get numbers before the game because selectors didn't seem to know what numbers. Off is coming Sean Collins, so I thought has had a fine game for Scariff enough. And we'll find out who that sub is from if we can for Scariff. Again, we'll give the job to Jim or somebody, but we'll try and bring that to you.
What number? What number came on for Scariff?
17. Not sure, we'll have a look. Green for Clarecastle has been taken and it's landed inside. That's the position. It is sub number 30 for Clarecastle. It is Scott Brack. Can he get away? He's outnumbered there by defenders, and it's eventually half cleared away. This time it's going to Rogers. Can Rogers get a tap on it? Oh, good pressure on him. Good pressure on Rogers by fullback Aaron Hayes, who to me, in my mind, is a decent prospect. And a shot taken, a snapshot by Oisin Casey. Doesn't go over on this occasion. He's been brilliant to freeze. Oisin
19
Casey.
is number 19. If we can figure out who 19 is for Scariff.
We'll get Jim working on that because, as I said, we didn't manage to get them before the game. Managements were very caught up with trying to get those things sorted. And again, as I said, it's lovely to have a programme
another sub for
Derek, and have the players play numbers, but we didn't have a programme, so just put up with it at the moment. Mark Rogers trying to win that ball for Rory O'Connell. Rogers, little snap down his early there, but he got away with it. Rogers seems to win on the second chance. Ball inside is going to be short. It's going to land inside the edge of the square. Is the field inside? Goal from Ryan. Oh, great feeling. Rogers, the ball inside was perfect. And Matt Rogers has gone down in the middle of the field now. Okay, the goal stand is the great goal for Scariff and that should be the game. But Matt Rogers has gone down in the middle of the field, and this is a concern, Kevin. There'll be serious concern in both Scariff, Ogonnelloe and Clare concerns if Matt Rogers is injured.
Well, hopefully nothing serious. We know that this time last year, Mark, or earlier on this year, Mark spent a long number of weeks out because of a serious knee injury. So hopefully it's nothing like that.
Oh, look at
he's picked himself up off the ground, putting the helmet back on, so he's looking fresh and looking healthy.
Listeners concerned, family or otherwise, Mark has bounced up again. Just a momentary thing, and he looks like he's perfectly in good health again. for that.
And Patrick Ryan finished the goal inside. Great goal as well.
Great
Great
catch by
finish.
Ryan inside. High ball from Rodgers. I think he may have been going for the bite, and then again he may have been looking for it. He knows Ryan is good in the air. Either way, a great finish by Patrick Ryan, who had by his standards maybe kind of quiet enough in the game. Now, obviously, 316 to 16
317
points.
actually. 317 to 16 points, I think.
Right, thank you for that, Kevin.
Yeah.
Good to have good penmanship on both sides to be here to keep me on track.
316, I have it at 316.
No, that's a dispute. Well, in the middle here.
I have it at 316.
He's don't do a linesman on me.
No, myself and Seamus Hayes have it at 316 anyway.
Either way, it looks like Scariff's there. Rory O'Connell now has gone forward and he's breaking inside. Rory, this man can play anywhere. He's breaking inside. There's a pass inside. Oh, and a go. Oh, it's a bit close wide. It's just gone wide. It looked like it was in the back of the net. It couldn't be missed. Oh, a super run from Rory O'Connell. Gave the ball inside to, I think it was Brack. But I'm not sure it was a Brack or not. But either way, no score gone wide. So the score remains, and we'll just them in as my left hand side here, 316 to 16 points. And the goals, again, we say would Matt Rogers get a goal, or Patrick Ryan has got one, Patrick Trotty has got one, and Matt Rogers got a most unexpected goal from a free. And the consensus is that he may well have intended it, and then again it may not have. Oh, what a catch from Rogers, and a little pink outside with his hand to Keelan Hartigan. Keelan is muscled over by
Barry Morrissey.
This time the sub is in for Newcastle, and Barry at the moment doesn't lead, but it's Scariff in one-line position. Ian O'Brien from 63 metres out. Lovely strike from O'Brien. Left and wide. So good strike from O'Brien. They're unlucky. And now there's another Scariff who got no injury on the left hand
And
side.
a full-time score from the other semi-final in October, 317 to 118 in favour of Rowan Corfe in the North Clare amalgamation.
317 to 118, so a good battle put up there by Kilmona, as you'd expect, but I suppose the class of Rowan Corfe has shone through. Is Mark Rogers going off here? He looks accepted, yes. He's heading for the sideline, and that's probably precautionary.
Did we find out who number 19 is for Scariff?
We didn't yet. Jane will find out who number 19 for Scariff is if we get a chance there. I simply don't want to hazard a guess. We need Leo here for that. Neil owes these lads all these lessons. They were about 7 years old from watching them play the mini games. Conor Downs does make his way to the sideline as well. Is it just that they're giving runs to lads? We assume the scoreline is such that Scariff are out of danger in this case. Fair play to Castle, they have made a really good batch of this for about 57 or 8 minutes. But I suppose the goal from the free there has made a big difference, and that really has given Scariff confidence to go on and tack on a few extra scores. Now corner back Niall Brigdale, no fault of his, picked off the ground by Owen Keane, but he got away with it. Patrick Ryan bursting through, and inside is Crotty on his own. Must be a goal if he gets it up. Breaks inside the goalkeeper and finishes with a plum back in the net. But I think it's kind of just window dressing at this stage. Castle defenders had all been caught out the field, and in fairness, they put the ball well up between Ryan and Crotty, and that whole term of forwards finished with Crotty's second goal, well taken. Keane Broderick had to come out, and he rounded it low. So free out for Scariff from the Rowan half back line, and you'll be hoping for Clarecastle now to keep their discipline, because it has been a really quality game. Clarecastle have done their club proud for a team who are not given much of a chance coming in. I think they matched Scariff for 3 quarters of the game, and played outstanding hurling, and we just hope now they'll keep their discipline, and nobody does anything silly, because
in fairness, this game was in the melting pot until the 55th minute, when Mark Rogers' fortuitous free deflected in off Aaron Hayes. And in fairness, look, Scariff are going to since that have tapped on another 2-1. But Clarecastle, I don't think anyone who's here can justifiably say they deserve to be beaten by 12 points.
100%.
But goals win matches, and Scariff are going to encourage Ran now will be a taste the under-21A final next Friday at 1 p.m.
That's please all be covering it here. Scariff already will cover this final for sure. Now it looks like Scariff are going to be in there. I suppose the final that most people expected, but both Kilmona and Clarecastle had made sure that there were doubts in both games for long periods. But Scariff are going to have got the upper hand here in a game, as their broadcast brought to you in association with Tom Collins Engineering there in Scariff. We thank him for his support, as the free has been
Shane
put over
Kavanagh.
by Shane Kavanagh. So who needs Mark Rogers? We have Shane Kavanagh put them over from, I suppose, 80 metres out roughly over the Castle out. So we're 3 minutes gone, 3.5 minutes into injury time. Joe Mullins might as well load up soon. Keane Broderick goes long this time, as we said. He should have done maybe after half time.
I think Mark Rogers has got 110.
110 for Rogers, yeah. Well, I suppose, as you say, what else is new? But he's gone off now, when he'll be getting the more in this game, as we're going on a Clarecastle launch an attack through the middle. Can they finish with a score here? Free-in, yes, the free-in has been won by Clarecastle. The ball has been finished to the net well after the whistle has blown, so we'll see where they go for that. And it's Owen Heffernan has come on for Scariff. Thanks for that, Jim. We do need with the information. No.
And out of Mark Rogers is 110. He scored sidelines. He scored points from free, a point from play, and a point from free. So
a goal from a free.
And a goal from a free.
110 from Rogers, and I think 2-4 from Patrick Crotty.
2-3 I have.
2-3.
Yeah.
So well, I won't doubt you on that one.
We cannot decide here if Mark Rogers' goal from the free was fortuitous, as Derek says, or intentional, as Kevin says. Maybe we'll ask Seamus at the end of the game, see what he thought. So we'll give the casting vote to Seamus at the end of the game. Free in for Ocean Casey on the 21-yard line. He's going to bury it if he can. Tries to roof it, but it's tapped over the bar. I think by Garrow Chili's Hurley. So he gets the point for it, and no more than they deserved at least that point. So 4-17-16. As Joe Mullen,
4-17-17.
So 4-17-17 points. Goals win games, and in this case, Scariff have got the goals to win the game, and a very, very enjoyable game for most of it. And I suppose in the end, I have to say, Kevin, the class of Scariff told. But what a battle Clarecastle get.
What a battle. Clarecastle point up at half time, but in the second half, really, they battled, but the momentum fell the Scariff away after half time. They got frees, they got 3, 4, 5 points ahead. And then, like we mentioned a few minutes ago, Clarecastle came back into it. Like initially, Clarecastle were playing short passes out of defence, particularly puckouts that were breaking down. When they went long, they came back in to made a battle of it, like to kind of help them with a very important score. Couple of scores. Ocean Whelan got a great point here in the corner as well. Really showed battling qualities, but ultimately, after Mark's goal from the free, Scariff took over towards the end of it and finished with at the end a comfortable 12-point victory for Scariff over Clarecastle. But a victory that they had to battle to the very end to get over the line for. If I was Clarecastle, I'd be very happy. I saw them play the first game, as I said earlier. Lack spirit, lack determination, lack fight. You can say that their under-21 campaign was usually positive for them, and they've a lot to look forward to as they enter into 2023.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kevin. And we'll come back to you before we go. Jamie's hopefully got to get someone to interview, maybe from the winning camp. But we have Seamus still here. And Seamus, I hope this microphone is working okay because it's all up close there. Seamus, a very, very enjoyable game of hurling. Very competitive for 55, 56 minutes. But I suppose a bit of class told in the end, and maybe Clarecastle just lost a bit of discipline also the last few minutes, giving away frees there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that turned the game. They conceded a lot of kind of needless frees in the third quarter, and Scariff punished all those. They worked hard, got their points, and they got maybe 1 or 2 goals in that kind of killed the game. But in fairness to Clarecastle, they put up a great performance. Given that they were so well beaten in the opening round of the championship, they have fought back well. It was a cracking game for 3/4 of the game, and final scoreline maybe a bit flattering in favour of Scariff but Scariff Curra Finroan, great final in prospect now next week.
It's a dream final in many ways, even though as I said, Clarecastle tried to put us better in the works, as they were fully right to do, and almost did for a while. But so very promising. We'll talk about Scariff later on, but some very promising players in the Clarecastle lineup that will become very good senior hurlers. No question.
Without a doubt. Like Darragh Healy has been earmarked for a while, and a great bit of stuff altogether. Rory O'Connell, superb game as a sweeper today. Ocean Casey, magnificent free taker, great striker of the ball. And Conor Halpin got some great scores today. They certainly have Aaron Hayes, another fellow who's very good at fullback, and we know how good Keane Broderick is. He's been knocking on the door of Clare panels there for the last year or two, and for a club that maybe at senior level struggled to hold on to their senior status for the last year or two, there's great prospects coming through for them, and they will challenge strongly for senior honours in the next couple of years, provided they can keep these fellas around. There's a lot of lads going travelling next year, we hear. Hopefully all clubs will be hoping that they're not losing any of their star players, I suppose.
Absolutely. Seamus, as always, thanks a million for that.
You're welcome, Pat.
I think we have the Scariff management on the way up to talk to us. So happy Christmas, your Seamus, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you very soon in the new year, if we don't see you at the final, hopefully. So Kevin, we talked there about Clarecastle. Scariff are going to love some of their players shone through in the end as well.
Oh, they absolutely did, Pat. And I suppose the senior experience that Scariff are going to have with the likes of Crotty and Patrick Ryan, Shane Kavanagh, they all contributed hugely during the win today against a very spirited, like we said, Clarecastle team. As I see the Scariff manager, Conor Mack, has just joined us here now.
And Conor, first of all, congrats from Scariff Bacon Radio here. First of all, in the end, you won it easily and deservedly, so no question. But in fairness to Clarecastle, they really gave you a good battle, and I suppose you'll be glad you got a good battle.
Yeah, they're all winning it easy now. I'm not so sure with that one, but
well, in the scoreboard, that's what
maybe,
yeah.
The scoreboard doesn't always reflect on the game. It was a titanic battle. We expected nothing less from Clarecastle, you know. People, so-called hurling experts, were writing off Clarecastle. We look at Clarecastle. We knew exactly what was facing us coming over here. And that's exactly what we got, a huge titanic battle, and fair play to them for that.
And I suppose, you know, earlier in the game, you know, you found it hard to get into your stride, but again, that's suppose, you know, if you're the underdog like Clarecastle were, you're going to be absolutely throwing the kitchen sink at a team like Scariff are going, look, we know the stars they have, and we know how well National Navy players have played in senior hurling this year. The quality is there, and exceptional quality in a few cases, so they were never going to lie down easily. But in fairness, you responded when you needed to.
Yeah, but again, like, you know, work rate from both teams was very high, especially in the first 10-15 minutes. So it was difficult for both teams to score. I suppose, you know, it wasn't I don't know what the final score was, but it wasn't a huge scoring event. But that just goes to the work rate of both teams.
And Conor, I suppose everybody was kind of talking maybe again some so-called wise hurling people about the dream final would be Scariff against Rowan Currafield. It has turned out that way, but that's not to dismiss in any way the efforts of Ina Killamora and Clarecastle, as you've given enormous credit today. We have praised Clarecastle for their display today. But look, it's the dream final for maybe neutrals and everybody else. And look, it's a massive one next Friday, 2 days before Christmas. You're all already looking forward to it, I'm sure.
Yeah, look, we'll enjoy today, and we'll look forward to I suppose we'll look ahead tomorrow morning maybe or something like that. We'll enjoy today. We don't win many semi-finals in both clubs, so we'll take it on board. But, you know, look at Corofin Rowan are the top team. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
They'll be hot favourites going into the final, and rightly so. You know, they beat us last year by a point, so they're the team to catch. And look, we give it everything we have, but it has to be said, Corofin Rowan have some super hurlers. You know, they're a super team. And look, we'll give it a go.
Colin, I know you don't want to get back to your team and also to go off and enjoy the World Cup final maybe as well, but before you go, Mark Rogers is okay. I know he's taken off there probably as a precaution.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's all up his own sake.
But look,
he bounced up after the injury and played away. And secondly, the big question you have to decide is, was the goal from the free intentional or fortuitous? Derek Dormer was trying to claim it was fortuitous. I think he intended it.
I don't know. You'd have to talk to Mark about that one.
Yeah, we'll ask Mark himself. Listen, Conor, well done. Very enjoyable game. Congrats to Scariff Gunlow. Best of luck in that final next Friday, which we'll be covering here on Scariff Bay. Thanks, Conor. So that's it from Scariff Bay Community Radio and from Sportsline today. My thanks to Seamus, to Derek and to Kevin as usual for their insightful comments and their analysis. My thanks to Tom Collins Engineering for sponsoring us, and for Jim here for all the engineering and indeed identifying subs whose numbers we didn't have. So that's it. We'll be heading back to the studio on the scoreline of 4-17 in favour of Scariff Gunlow. They're in that final, dream final in many people's eyes, next Friday, 2 days before Christmas. So it's ho 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 here from Tulla and back to the studio.